division world champion, Shakur Stevenson. We're here at the fights Miguel Berchelt against Jeremiah Nakatita, and obviously you got your big fight coming up about a month out now, Oscar Valdez. Just about halfway through camp, how are you feeling?
I feel great. I feel sharp. I feel like we box tomorrow. I feel like I put on a great performance, and the scary thing is I still got a lot of time left, so I'm definitely sharp, and I can't wait to see how I feel in a couple of weeks from now.
I can see in your face you look like you kind of wish it was tomorrow, like you're ready to go.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, I've been putting work in. I'm sharp. I've been putting my rounds in, and like I said, in a couple of weeks it's gonna be a scary sight.
And Valdez, you wanted this fight for a long time, a lot of different big fights. It didn't seem like it was going to happen. They were talking about Navarrete for him. Just how did it all come about, or are you surprised that the fight actually is happening?
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised. When I first heard about it, I definitely got really surprised. But I was happy at the end of the day. Valdez ain't really had too much of a choice. I feel like once the Navarrete fight fell out, the numbers wasn't as good as they would have thought it was going to be, and they thought it was going to be a bigger fight than what they expected it, but it wasn't that big of a fight as me and him, so he had no choice but to be in this position, and now he's here, and let's see how he do.
And I read something that you think that maybe his camp, like Canelo and Reynoso, kind of pushed him a little bit, like, hey, this is the fight to make, unification.
Yeah, Canelo don't duck nobody. He fights everybody at the end of the day, so you got to realize if he's in his ear, he's definitely telling him that's the fight that you need to have, and you got to respect somebody like Canelo and Eddie Reynoso for making a fight.
And what do you think of this as a fighter? He was a big underdog against Berchelt, but obviously he upset the odds and knocked him out.
This ain't no Berchelt.
And I'm not comparing, I'm just saying, but what do you think of him? Because that fight even, a lot of people weren't picking him.
What I take from that, I feel like you can't count him out. You can't look at him like he's an easy fight. Berchelt probably thought he was an easy fight. I feel like he slept on him. I'm not sleeping on him, but at the end of the day, I know this not no Berchelt. This not one of them moments where I expect him to go in there and dethrone me or beat me or beat the odds. I'm not gonna let that happen.
And you already, have a big name, two-division champion, like I said. But what does a fight, unification win over a guy like him do for your career?
Pound for pound me. Put me on a pound for pound list. Based on my performance, I feel like you put me somewhere on the pound for pound list. Maybe high if I perform at a super high level, which I will. But it's just all depending on the performance. But I know for a fact that after the win, I should be on the pound for pound list.
I see you on Twitter, you're pretty honest about it. You're like, I'm not supposed to be there yet, but it's like you kind of seem to pay attention to all that, like where you could end up and whatnot.
Yeah, I pay attention to everything. I'm a boxing fan at the end of the day. All I think about is boxing. Boxing is on my mind. So why you see me tweet a lot, I talk a lot of shit on Twitter. But at the end of the day, I fought Jamel my last fight for his belt. I went and took his belt from him, and now I'm unifying with Valdez. My next fight after that, I feel like I deserve to be on the pound for pound list.
In a couple weeks after your fight, Gervonta Davis is fighting Rolando Romero. What do you think of that fight?
I think that Tank knocks him out. I think he's gonna stop him with a body shot, and I pray it's a body shot. I don't like Rolly, so I hope Tank beat the hell out of him.
Do you think it'll be early or late?
I think it should be. I would like it to be late. I want him to feel punished. I want him to feel punishment throughout the whole fight. But if it's early, I wouldn't be surprised.
I've heard of some bad blood there, but is it just the way he is as a person, or did he ever do anything to you?
Now you got to realize, when people like put on the front and they act like they somebody that they not, I don't really like it. I feel like Rolly is one of them dudes who really can't fight. He's not that good of a fighter, but he talks like he's an A+ level fighter. If you hear him talk, you would think that he was Floyd Mayweather, and he's not. So I don't respect it. I don't agree with nothing that he say. I think that he's a shit fighter.
Gotcha, man. And when do we see you at 135?
You'll probably see me at 135 soon. I'm trying to capture all the belts at 130 first. So.
Oh, you want to be undisputed there?
Yeah, after this fight. Well, I'm not gonna talk about after this fight because we ain't deal with this fight. But I'm gonna tell y'all who I want after this fight.
Gotcha. I won't press for it. But before I let you go, you mentioned that Canelo doesn't duck anybody. Does he beat Bivol then? He's moving up in weight again. It's a tough fight.
I think it's a tough fight. I ain't really watched too much of Bivol, but I know that you got to be a special fighter to beat Canelo Alvarez.
Right, any last message for all the fans out there?
Tune in April 30th. I'm gonna put on an amazing show, and I can't wait to shine.
ESPN, don't even have to pay pay-per-view.
Yes, sir.